another episode of Outcasts to Icons, and as always guys, if you are enjoying the series, please do drop a like on the video. Now we start things off with, of course, a question of the day, and today's question is this: who will perform the best out of the three promoted clubs next year in the Premier League? Now this is a bit of a tough one really, but I'm going to try and keep this short because this episode I don't want us to go on too long because we've got two games today, double LiveCom against Spurs. So I personally think Norwich will do the best just because they've only been out top flight for one season and they've still got a lot of decent players in their squad, and Alex Neil has done a fantastic job there, so I genuinely think Norwich will probably do the best out of the newly promoted sides, despite having been the one that came out for the playoffs. I think Bournemouth could surprise a few people. I know a lot of people have probably written them off already, but then I think some at the same time also maybe expecting them to do a little bit too much given what some of the newly promoted sides have done in the past. Watford, again, have a very strong side. I just wonder if they carry on with the whole replacing managers constantly, they could end up doing a Fulham, and just it doesn't work. Like, it might have worked for them this year, but if they do that again next year, then it just isn't going to happen for them, and I could easily see them getting relegated if they do that. But if they find some stability, then they could easily stay up as well. But I personally think Norwich will do the best. Let me know who you think will be the most successful of the three promoted sides in the Premier League next season. And also, if you've got any questions for Question of the Day, drop it in the comments with the hashtag QOTD. Right, so wow. Someone made a very interesting point in the comments a couple of episodes ago, or when you see this, it was actually only last night, and basically that's to do with like how with this save it's hard to sort of get attached to the players because we've not been at any club long enough. I can completely understand what you're saying. Like, there doesn't feel like there's any characters, and I do try to do that with the nicknames and stuff, but I completely understand how that works, and I think this is a save that's kind of more for pure FM stuff. It certainly feels like that, because with Red Star and Portsmouth we had our characters. We had King Norman, sorry, not Lord Norman, and people like Toshka and all of this sort of stuff, and it was great, and I'm hoping that that's what we're going to get to with my Paris FC save, and we're already starting to get to some of those levels quite quickly, frankly, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for with that. So if you really do want that character stuff and you haven't checked out my other saves, please do go check that out. This is, I don't know whether we'll ever be able to reach that, although hopefully when we finally find the club that we're going to try and do lots with, we should stay there for long enough to maybe get some characters coming through. But I can completely understand your point on that. Right, I'm going to try and quickly get through these because we do have two games in today's episode, which I'm going to try and make sure we try and keep this episode under sort of 25 minutes, hopefully. I really do hope so, guys. Anyway, so after Villarreal, we had Fenerbahce, and I wasn't expecting us to win it by the scoreline that we did, if I'm honest. We were fantastic in the game, make no mistake, we were good, but perhaps 4-0 was a little bit harsh on Fenerbahce. Vidra's penalty after 5 minutes gave us the perfect start, and then Luis added another on 20 minutes. Now, Luis has picked up a hip injury. Yeah, the old hip injury. Been loving them lately, and he is basically done for the rest of the season now. I've sent him off to see a specialist, but he probably won't be back in time to play any more matches for us, and that is a huge blow, because he has been our main man up top. Vidra added a third before Juaro added a fifth on 66 minutes. 4-0. Lovely. I figured we were pretty much through, and yeah, I mean, as it turns out we were, but it could have been all so different. Against Valencia as well in the next match, Juaro, yet again the hero for me. Now, you might look at that and think, wow, they've absolutely spanked you. Yeah, almost all. I think they had 13 long shots in this match, and most of the other shots were from long range as well. It just didn't quite count. They were not good at breaking us down, and Juaro's goal was all we needed to defeat them. Still, I think we could have played a little bit better. They had a couple of injuries too, which I feel might have affected them a little bit. As you can see, Mohamed Bezic is in their team, as is Hector Bellerin, which is quite interesting. Next up, we had Fenerbahce away. Now, you look at the stats of this game and you think, how the hell did you not lose by more? And I honestly do not know. Yeah, fair enough, they had a reasonable amount of long shots, but not that many. The fact that we managed to keep them out for so long was utterly amazing. They had 41 shots against us. Whatever tactic they played worked fantastically, except in front of goal. They missed so many good opportunities. Not too many clear cuts. I think they only had like one or two, but they had like 7 half chances, and they really should have done a lot better. Serkan Özdemir gave them the win on the night on 81 minutes, but by that point I thought, well, it doesn't matter what they do, they're going to have to score 3 more, and thankfully we were able to hold on. It was a tough one for us, and we managed to sneak through in the end because we were terrible, and it's not like I played a weakened side either. We just weren't very good on the night, but we managed to bounce back against Espanyol away from home, and this is the first time I think we've done this on this save. We kept a shutout in terms of shots on target. They did not have a single shot on target, and it wasn't like they were shooting from range either. As far as I know, they didn't have a single long-range shot. Now, this was the game where Luis Freitas Reyes and Alpha Freitas Reyes and Luis both got injured. Very, very poor day for us. Luis did score the winner in the end, but Vidra added a second. But the fact that Luis is basically done for the rest of the season means that Vidra is going to have to be our main man up top, and we're going to have to sort of move players around with like the likes of Fustin. You notice I was playing Honsak in the sort of centre attacking midfield roles. He's a very, very versatile player, and that's why I think he was very, very good in today's game. Bentaleb settled in nicely as well. And Fede Vico is back on top of the league's assists. That's how good he's been this season. A full year with him could have been amazing. So another good solid win there. Next up we had Atletico, and I was really disappointed in our performance here. I really was. We were quite good for the first half of this game, basically. Like the immediate injury to Freitas Reyes in this one also has knocked us back, but he hasn't, as far as I know, I think he's been out for 3 weeks, so he's going to miss a couple of games, which is not ideal. But yeah, we won a penalty. Vidra dispatched it. We led 1-0. I thought if we win this, there's a huge opportunity for us. But Albert Pedraza leveled for them only 4 minutes later. But then just before half-time, Juaro made it 2-1. And I thought, we win this, there's a really good opportunity for us to sort of start solidifying a place in the top 3, basically, because it is going to be tough. Our fixture against Real was rearranged when the Tottenham results came out, so there you go. But in the second half, there was a 9-minute spell of utter madness as Jeffrey Everard, he equalised for them with a fantastic strike, and then insta highlight, we lost the ball from one of those stupid back passes where the defender and the goalkeeper don't bother to actually close it down properly, straight through, and it was suddenly 3-2. They turned it around inside a minute, and then he added a third goal and completed his hat-trick only 8 minutes later, and I was just left scratching my head as to what the hell happened there. It was a really poor performance from us, and that leaves us going into today's game against Spurs. Well, the league looks like this. Atletico are top, Real Madrid are second, we are third, and then Athletic Bilbao are in behind, but we do have a game in hand. There is a chance now for us to start extending a gap over Athletic Bilbao to 4 points with 11 matches to go. It's not a big gap, but it's certainly up there. You notice that Vidra and Luis now have a lot of goals between them. Federico's right up there on that as well. As for the squad, 24 goals for Luis in all competitions, which is fantastic. Vidra in behind on 19. As for assists, Federico is 16 in all comps now. It's amazing. Player of the match is Luis, but he's going to be missing for quite some time. Average rating, of course, is Federico. Aerial challenges, 110 for Insue. Key passes, Federico, of course. In fact, we're just going to get going, guys, because we really don't want this episode to go on for too long, because sometimes these double LiveCom ones can go on for ages. I might not double LiveCom the next round if he were to get through, but I have a horrible feeling that Spurs are going to absolutely batter us, if I'm honest. That is basically what I feel is going to happen. So Freitas Reyes and Bentaleb is obviously cup-tied, or wasn't able to be registered. So Honsak, Vidra, Honsak, Vico, Juaro, Morata, Fustin, Gioni, Insue, Diagni, Varela, Lopez. Okay, so looking at who we've got missing is, I mean, it's only really those two, plus obviously we can't play Bentaleb or Anderson, so not great. This is the home match. This is the one that's going to make the difference for us, basically. We were great at home against Fenerbahce, perhaps not 4-0 great, but we were definitely better than we were in the away leg, and I think away from home in Europe we might struggle a little bit, so they're the favourites. I fully expect them to probably beat us. I think Spurs are okay, Hugo Lloris is not playing, so we'll just go with that. Enes Unal's up front. Eriksson, Schneiderlin, Orango, Medran, Ayoze Perez, Denswil, Hurst, Cooper, Shalabar, and King. Sorry, I always like to see... okay, there we go. So Spurs playing with 5 in midfield. You never know. I don't know. It depends on what the tactic does for us today. I hope that Vidra can start... Well, I say start. Vidra's been fantastic. Fede Vico needs to be awesome. Vidra, Vico, and Honsak are basically the key players in this team for us at the moment. That being said, Juaro's done a lot down this right when he's played, so wow. Are we going to get a highlight after like 30 seconds here? If we can take the lead early on, that'd be ideal. Although it's going to count about away goals. We've got to be careful. We're usually quite strong. Vidra cleared to Vico, to Morata out on the left. Can he find the pass? Spurs have won it. Get to that ball. Well done, Morata. Well, not well done him. I think it was Vico actually that won it back. Fustin to Vico. Can he find a ball through? He can. It's Alvaro Morata. Can he turn? Goes to Honsak, and it's a good strike, but it's saved. Honsak yet again getting forward into a good position, and after 1 minute, we've already had our good first chance of the game, and we've actually yet to have them touch the ball. The possession is still 100% Honsak! And what a start this is from Granada. If we can get a couple of goals in this game, we've looked fantastic to start with here. Jose Perez, don't let them break on you. Good opportunities to start with. Couple of good strikes. Oh, come on, not more injuries. We're running out of left midfielders here. Okay, it's going to have to be Castillo, who has actually been complaining to me a little bit about lack of football, so here's your chance. Fustin does well. Ooh. A bit too tight at the near post there for Enes Unal to actually really get anything on that. But Morata having to go off is not wise for us. We're losing some of our really important players now. Losing Morata, losing Freitas Reyes, losing Luis, that is huge. Spurs are coming back into this a little bit now. As for possession and passing, they're still sort of trailing us, but shot-wise, they're getting there. Honsak has cleared away to Vico. Can he get another ball in? Goes back to Fustin, who's sort of been filling in Europe, basically, because we can't play Bentaleb, which is annoying. But, oh well. It's no big deal, really. He's doing well for us in the league, though, Bentaleb. Might even try and get him on a permanent deal, unless we can find someone better. Vico, okay, Orango's fouled him. Okay, ball in. Oh, I thought we were going to get a chance there. Honsak. We're looking quite good when we get the ball in and around the edge of the area. Vidra's through, and it's saved. Oh my god, what a chance that is. I don't know who's in goal for Spurs, but who needs Hugo Lloris when you've got that guy? They're playing really well defensively. We've probably looked like, in terms of creating opportunities, probably the slightly better team. Vidra, and he's missed that shot as well. We're doing okay, but we really do need to win this game. You know, we can't afford to lose the home leg or draw, really. If we're going to try and beat someone like Spurs, who are clearly one of the favourites for this competition, I think, then we're going to have to do a lot better than this. They managed to knock out Roma, so that's saying something. I just don't know if we've quite got the strength to do this today. But you never know. The Christmas Tree of Doom can do all kinds of things. Have some faith, guys. Honsak round the side for Poirot, and over the bar, and another chance goes begging. What is it with us when we play big games? So Barcelona, Real Madrid, it was a bit like this against Atletico as well. Although we did actually take a couple of our chances, we seem incapable of putting away the clear-cut chances that we create. It's really odd. We just, I don't know, that seems to be what happens. Every time we come up against one of these really strong sides, we'll create decent chances, as you can see, but we just don't put them in the net anymore. But I think both the goals that we scored against Atletico, neither of them were actually clear-cut opportunities. One was a free kick, I think. No, maybe not. I think it might have been a long ranger. I can't remember exactly. It was a little while ago. Jose Perez. Medran at the edge of the area, don't let them score straight away in the second half. I'd just be gutted if we ended up creating loads of good opportunities and then they pop up and score like a looping header or something. But that would be so us right now. I just don't know if we're quite going to have enough to get through this tie. But we're going to give it our best, and it's nice to play some Europa League football just because it's a bit different, frankly. And that's why I thought I'd show you guys a bit more of it in this season, because I really do want to see if we can qualify for the Champions League next year. We're actually playing quite well here. Right, do I make a sub at this stage? Is anyone really needing it? And besides, who do we really bring on? I might have to... I'm sorry, Vidra's actually played really poorly today. I'm going to bring on Vicuña and just see how he does. I might also throw it on attacking because we need a goal right now. A 0-0 draw... actually, a 0-0 draw isn't the... it's not the worst result, provided we don't concede an away goal. But it's the sort of Mourinho approach. He'll take a 0-0 draw at home because he wants to win we get those away goals. But I just... Right, okay, no. I think we are going to need to just try and get something out of this because I just don't think we're going to have enough to beat Spurs at White Hart Lane. Ericsson, free kick, off. Well, there you go. What can you do, lads? You miss all your good opportunities and then they get a free kick. I don't know. I'm not really sure what more we can do in this game. We've been pretty... I'd say we've been the better side on the night, but it happens, doesn't it? It seems to keep happening. It's a shame. We've been really a set piece. I mean, it's a great strike from Ericsson, and we know Ericsson is so lethal from free kicks in real life. I may have to overload, in fact, for the last few minutes of this one, just to try to desperately get, because a 1-0 win here would pretty much sink us. You know, we're not going to go and win in London. Even a 1-1 draw would be an incredibly tough result for us to overcome, but it'll be better than nothing. Johnny. I just can't believe we've conceded that goal. Fustine, Vico, plays forward. Huaro inside, and it's in the back of the net. Finally, we've got a goal. It's 1-1 here. Huaro, and I'm just going to keep going here. See if we can turn this one around on them. We've got an almost instant equaliser. Huaro, yet again, the hero, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough. You know, a 1-0 win, had we not conceded that bastard of a free kick, would have been fantastic. Huaro comes inside his man, and again, poor goalkeeping from King there. Let's see what we got. Is there one last chance for us in this match? Probably not in the end. It looks like we're going to get a 1-1 draw. And that doesn't bode well for me. Oh, what? Oh, no, I think that's going to do it, isn't it? It just doesn't bode well. I just feel like in the second leg, we're just not going to be able to handle them. Away from home, I mean, look what we did against Fenerbahce. We were pretty poor in that game, all in all. So there we go. So it certainly sets up the tie for quite an interesting second leg, which will obviously be not in the next episode. It will be later on in this one. I'm going to play the Celta game. I'll quickly tell you what happened in that one, and then I'll join you guys in a second for the second game of this episode against Spurs. I'll see you guys in a sec. Right, guys, we are back, and as you can see, we managed to win our game against Celta during the week. It wasn't exactly a plum tie, let's put it this way, and when Federico went off injured, I was scared shitless, because we cannot afford to lose him as well, is the basic crux of the matter, because he actually scored the goal in this one. Well, Matti Vidra got one as well, before Recio got on back for Celta, so it was a good, solid performance, basically, nothing really too taxing for us, and that just leaves the league looking a little bit like this. So, other games have been played. It looks like it's between us and Athletic Bilbao for that third spot. As much as we are very close to Real Madrid, I still feel that in the end they will pull away because they're Real Madrid. But I think Atletico are probably going to be... Oh, I don't know, it's hard to say because we've got games in hand, but you just don't know. But it does look very, very good for our chances of finishing top four, because Valencia at the moment are, 8 points behind us, and we have a game in hand which could stretch that gap to 11 with 10 matches left. Reco Tuvo, of course, have won another game, but are 22 points from safety and will be relegated in the next couple of matches. Anyway, let's jump straight into the game against Spurs today, because that's what we're here for. We did pick, thankfully, Federico isn't injured, or he certainly didn't look it. We haven't had a physio report on him, so we should be okay. Bentaleb, of course, can't come back in. Oh dear, is that really what? Is that really wise? Is that what I want to do? No. That's as much as yeah, sorry. I just don't think that's a wise idea. I'm going to put Morata in. I know he's not in the best condition right now, but we need our best players on the pitch for this game. If we've got any chance of going through, we just need them out there, basically. Yeah, that'll probably have to do for now. We're going to have to do a lot of work in the summer. That much is obvious. They're the favourites, obviously, but we're just going to have to do our best and see what happens, really. It's going to be a tough one for us. They're playing a very narrow system. With the 2 men up top, it's actually quite an interesting system. It's certainly different to the one they played away from home. I don't know whether that will benefit us or not. They're playing very centrally, and I have a horrible feeling that we could get caught out here, or our width could absolutely obliterate them. They're playing a very similar system to my Obelisk, but with 1 extra man up top instead of in the midfield. But we do have a lot of players in the midfield ourselves. It's just going to be a really tough one for us. Ball in immediately here, and Cooper with the header. Oh, it's all 3 minutes in, and Enes Unal already put Spurs in front with his 22nd goal of the season. If I recall, he used to play for Spurs on my Portsmouth save as well, didn't he? And he was a nightmare to play against, let alone when you're not as strong as my Pompey team were. That's poor. That's not the start we needed. It's 2-1 on aggregate to Spurs. I didn't really ever expect us to get through this tie, but we did really quite well at coming back at home there to even earn the draw. So I just wonder if there is something in this for us. We may have to go on attacking at some point, because countering might not be the... if they score a second, we're going to have to throw it onto all-out attack. There we go. Vidra's on the ball. Now get forward, guys. This is a counter-attacking system, and nobody's... Nah, not going to bother, eh? Schneiderlin. I sense that Spurs might tear us apart here, a little bit like Fenerbahce did in the away leg. Oh, and that's offside, surely. No? Okay. Apparently not. Looked a little offside to me. We are going to throw it on attacking, because we're already 2 down here. This is kind of what it was like in Turkey, except that we managed to defend a bit better than we did in this game. We have in this game. Oh, God, that was close. Sod's law, that would have been offside if it was the other way around. I just don't think we're good enough to quite get through here. Oh, wow. Oh dear me. I think we're going to get ripped to shreds here, guys. And I think we would thoroughly deserve to get ripped to shreds. So, oh, wow, that should be offside as well. But nope. We have been very, very poor in this one, and I don't know what we can really do to change this. They aren't going to change their tactic anytime soon. I don't really know what, like, as much as some people might say we need a backup tactic, most of the time our tactic works. Even against Real Madrid and Barcelona, the tactic worked well. We just didn't get the luck on those nights. Where against Hoffenheim, we were shit, and we absolutely deserved to lose. But I just don't want to have, like, it's all very well having a backup tactic, but you won't know when to play the backup tactic, and then you just end up... I find that having one good philosophy and trying to stick with it seems to work better than having 2 that you then interchange, because you find that you get them confused, and... let me guess, straight in, yep. They love a free kick, don't they? They love a free kick. I don't know why Ericsson didn't take that one, but it is now 3-0 to Spurs, and that's us out of the Europa League. It's a shame, but you can't do much about free kicks like that. The goalkeeper didn't even bother. He's like, nah, mate, just have it. Okay, I might just let this play out. We've been poor on the night, but I always kind of expected that we'd struggle away from home, as we have done in Europe a little bit. Sort of the only really good away... We had that good away result against Valenciennes, and the 3-3 draw against Hoffenheim, but I think that was mainly due to them getting a man sent off. Against Fenerbahce, once we got to the knockout rounds, we were actually very, very poor away from home, but we were basically put through by the strength of that the 4-0 at home, and the fact that we were able to hold out for so long against them in the away leg. Chalobah... I was going to say, if he scores that, I'd be annoyed, because there's 4 defenders there. Right, let's make some changes. We may as well now at this point. No point in risking it. Vico's been not great, and I don't want to get him injured. And the same applies to Morata, since he wasn't exactly in great shape to start with. We may as well just start arresting some players now. It looks like we're heading out. But next year, Champions League football could make all the difference for us if we can sneak into that 3rd spot. It would get us into the playoff round, so it would still be a tough ask for us because of the way that Spain's stature has fallen in terms of the league over the last few seasons. So we're going to have to be careful with that. It's still going to be a tough playoff against someone relatively good, because it's going to be... Well, it won't be the champion of a league, but it could still be a really solid team. It could be an Arsenal, or, a team that... the traditional 4th placer in the Premier League, which at the moment could actually be someone like Norwich, who've had some incredible runs I've seen, or QPR. I think there's another team or a Burnley. Someone's doing really well in England that you wouldn't expect them to. Oh, poor ball from Honsak. I might just turn this off of attacking, actually. just try to go to a bit. I just try to not overdo it with the attacking play and not get embarrassed here. There's no point. We're not going to come back. Castillo's done really well here. Look at that. Ball in and Vidra. Oh, lovely goal. That is an amazing piece of... Oh, of course he's offside. Of course he's offside. Castillo does so well here. I thought he was onside, personally. Oh, he was so close to being onside. He's about as onside as the guy with the Spurs goal was, really, but... Also, I hate the way the offsides always seem to be like half a second after when the ball was actually played, it seems. Like, there's always a little gap. It should be the moment it leaves his foot, but oh well. Fuck it. Let's just completely... where is it? I've opened... More direct passing. Yeah, fuck it. Pump that ball into the box. Why the hell not? Let's just try something a little bit different. I don't normally do this, but why the hell not give it a crack here? Let's just pump it at them and see what we can get. Varela, Huaro, back to Honsak, coming inside. Oh, we've lost the ball. Like, even when we look like we're going to score, they're going to score now. That looked a little bit offside as well, actually. He's going to play it back to him. That's a good finish from Carlos Fernandez. Spurs have been absolutely fantastic. Don't make any mistake about it. We've just been not good enough today. This is kind of the result that I expected to get against Fenerbahce away from home, given how well they played against us. We've actually played better today in terms of keeping Spurs out than we did in the Fenerbahce game. But it just sometimes just doesn't break for you. The difference with that as well is that we'd won the home leg, so we were in a different sort of position when it came to holding on to leads and whatnot. You know, I wasn't really that bothered about trying to win the game against Fenerbahce away. I just wanted to try and avoid defeat. Oh. Nah, they'll probably get more. Oh, Fustin, go on, son. Honsak, get a goal for us at least. Oh, why do we keep passing the ball to them? Several times in today's game, we've passed the ball directly to their on-running strikers now. We've not been good. But I would say I'm not too bothered. Of course I'm bothered. Losing a game is never great. But it's a good little test here against a team that probably are one of the better teams in this competition, if not one of the best teams. Spurs have a history of always winning the Europa League a lot on my saves, I find. I come on cropper against them with Portsmouth, if you recall, in that horrible match where we were like 2-0 up away from home and ended up losing by a massive scoreline. Well, there we go. That's a poor one from our point of view, but sometimes you just, yeah, I mean, I still think that the squad we've got, and we do have a very weak squad at the moment, but I still think that there's enough in the tank for us to maybe try and sneak into that third spot. It's going to be tough. It will be incredibly tough. I wonder if there's a preview. No, there isn't, is there? No. It would have been cool if you could see like a prediction to who's going to win that as well, but no, apparently not. Anyway, we've probably got 2 episodes left in this this season, and Mallorca maybe actually instead. Or the Real Madrid game. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. We've got a few matches coming up on TV. I just don't know if I want to see... Because if we go to Real Madrid, we are going to get battered no matter what we do because Real Madrid. So I just don't know whether that will make a very good live com. Mallorca. Let's do Mallorca. It'd be a bit of fun. They're a not a lower league team. They're a slightly lower team. We might actually nick a goal or 2 against them. So guys, if you like what you've seen, please do drop a like on the video. And if you'd like to see even more than that, please subscribe to my channel for more Outcast icons and From the Shadows in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And I'll see you guys in the next episode for a game against Mallorca, where we can really be hopefully cementing ourselves a space in that top 4 and maybe even top 3 by that point. Though we do still have to travel to Athletic Bilbao, so that could be crazy. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.